Hello, this is Steve. He's our licensed vet tech and our resident reptile expert at the Vet Center for Birds and Exotics. And I'm going to ask him a few questions today about keeping snakes as pets. Do you want to tell us a little bit about the two guys that you have there?
These guys are bull pythons, both of them. This is the female piebald morph. You won't find any of these morphs in the wild. Be born like this, most likely be eaten in the wild because they can't camouflage in with their surroundings. She's a piebald. This is a male bull python. It's called a bumblebee. This is actually two different colors in one. It's called a spider with the pattern, and the yellowness is from the pastel color.
Cool. So what do you think is the first step for someone who wants a snake as a pet?
The first step, snake or any reptile, is do your research. The more you know about the pet, the easier it is to take care of, and the more you know, knowledge is power.
What sort of things should you consider when you're researching for a snake?
For a snake, the temperament, whether they're aggressive or not, and the biggest thing would probably be size. Some of them stay small like these guys, males stay about 3 feet, females get about 4.5 feet, 6 feet if on a rare occasion. Other pythons, they get huge. Burmese pythons females maybe get like 16, 17 feet. Males can get about 11 feet, and that's a lot of snake to take care of.
Can you tell me about what a basic tank setup would be for a snake?
For most snakes that you get at the pet shop, you might get a corn snake, ball pythons, boa constrictors they sell there, or garter snakes. Still have the basic, almost the same setup. You want a water source, a water bowl in there with them, most likely large enough that they can actually get in there and soak if they need to, or if they want to. Some sort of substrate, whether it be Carefresh, some kind of wood chips bedding, or Yesterday's News is what we recommend. A climbing branch, you can do that just in case they want something to rub on when they shed. A thermometer to make sure that you know the temperature. That's one of the key things. You want to make sure that there's a hot side and a cold side for any reptile that you have, so they can pick and choose whether they want to be warm or cool down.
So what if you have other pets in the house and you want to bring a new snake into the house?
If you have other reptiles and you decide to get another reptile, another snake, you should always quarantine your animals. If you can do it in a separate room, that'll be great. If you can't, then you just want to make sure that you have them in another container as far away from your old reptiles as possible. 90 days would be ideal. If not, 30-day minimum. You want to make sure that you always wash your hands in between, switch it from reptile to reptile. Any utensils you use, you want to make sure you disinfect them.
And what is the importance of quarantining? Why should we quarantine?
Disease transmittance. What if you bring in a new snake? It could have ticks, it could have mites, it could have some kind of bacterial infection. You do not want to give that to your old
And if you get a
snake,
snake, can you tell right away if it's a boy or a girl?
No. You can do certain things called popping, but I don't recommend that unless you're experienced with it. The best thing to do is bring them to to the vet center here, and we can actually sex them for you.
And what other sorts of things should a person expect if they're bringing their snake in for an exam? And should a snake even come in for an exam?
Yes, they should. They should come in yearly for an exam. You should have the vet check them out for any ectoparasites such as mites or ticks. You can make sure that they don't have a respiratory infection. You should also bring in a fecal sample because more than half the time these guys are carrying parasites, and you could deworm them yourself.